back now? I don't know what's going on here. Okay, it looks like we're actually back for a change. I apologize for that. I don't know what the heck happened. I apologize, folks. That annoyed the crap out of me. Okay, that means I have to go back through here, I think. Ah, well, I did not know that, so thank you for letting me know. Apparently the Wi-Fi was down. I do apologize for that, folks, but sometimes you have no control over things like that. Okay, I need to head this way.
Only those who have suffered long can find the light within the shadows.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah, creaking Arvac? Is that Arvac?
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones. Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers.
Well, that
How
can't be
in the name
good.
of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
Yeah, you do.
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. How people would track me down just to see what I had for sale. Very funny.
I was serious.
And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. I'll tell you what. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. Bring
Okay.
me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Okay.
Odds and ends. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If you have the husks. No husks, no sale. Guess you have some scavenging to do.
He didn't have much gold on him when he died. Okay. Wait, first, I want to do something real quick. Not that one. We'll come back to that. And it's not gonna give me a location. But I did see the horse over here, and then it disappeared. So I'm guessing, or I guess hoping, that's a sign that he's close. And I don't remember how to open these yet. Unless there's some back way into the location. That does make me wonder if there's something up there. Just the way I tend to think. Well, considering that we have a tendency to just kind of wander as it is. See, I was hoping that seeing Arvak running like that would mean that his skull was wherever he had started. But now I'm not so sure. I can understand that. Let's see. What am I looking for currently? That's not even what I was looking for. That at least gives me a specific direction to focus on. That's still that guy. Looks like more dragon remains.
Where'd you come from?
What the? Oh, there they are. There's got to be a way up there. Okay. Heh. That's one way around those doors. Whoops. I don't see a way to open them, though. Some of the light pads? Really? It's good to know. Let's see, I think I'm seeing some more ghosts out here. That's that edge. Is there anything that can be done about those things? I don't remember. Yeah, I've noticed that the big gems can do a lot of damage.
That'll teach you.
And nothing left behind of the keeper at all. Huh. Ooh, like that? That's definitely new. Oh, now I'm up on the roof of that thing. And it turns it into a black soul gem? Okay, now that's cool. Well, that was easier than expected. And thank you for mentioning the, that whole transporter thing, because that's definitely good to know. Okay, that didn't do it. There we go. I just don't want to go up too high and run into one of the big stones and, you know, die. But I do want to make sure I've checked everything I can. Whoops. Now I'm having the same issues I was having on Borderlands in terms of hitting the wrong buttons. I don't want to get too close to that thing. Is there any way to shut those down as far as the big gems? Probably not, but I figured can't hurt to ask. Yeah, I mean, this whole landscape is very, very much within my wheelhouse. Yeah, because I've noticed your healing factor is kind of off while you're here. And this is definitely a landscape to take your time exploring.
Who's there? I'm gonna have to kill you. But yeah.
I like that. The whole, I'm gonna have to kill you again.
That'll teach you.
Yeah, I've been kind of keeping an eye on where the roads-ish are. But for the most part, I've just been kind of wandering off the beaten path. If only to see what else might pop up. I really should check the thing for... or the Elder Scrolls wiki for just where to find Arvak's skull, but, well, I kind of enjoy the exploration as it is. Again, hitting the wrong...
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Okay. Is it near where I spotted the horse earlier? Or is that something unrelated? Because I was pretty sure I had spotted Arvak as he ran past me. And I tried to chase him to find the skull. And I didn't see him pop up. So, not sure if I was just not really looking in the right place, or... Well, that was nice and easy. Okay. Well, I know where to head, at least for a starting point for that kind of thing. And yes, I know that's one of those teleportation circles, but I want to make sure I've checked everything first. Well, that works. Uh-oh. Certainly don't want to climb up there. Huh. Is it up on that platform that the big gem is on top of? Well, that took care of that. Took some damage, but... Oh, no, I'm healing, just slow. Okay. Give me 1 second here to... Is it on top of one of the pillars here? Potions. I have shot the gem and it didn't do me any good. Okay, that's definitely everything. Okay, that took care of that. Now it's just a matter of finding my way back out of here. Okay, then it's this way. Is there one of those journal pieces on every one of those big gems? Ah. Cool. Glad it's something worthwhile.
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Getting quite a few of those soul husks together. Yay. So is Arvek's skull in a place kind of like this? Or is it more this kind of location? Just curious.
Where'd you come from?
Okay. Then I'll just make sure I keep checking as many of those as I can. I'll take as many of these as I can. There's another ghost. How I came up. I know there's a way to get these to open, and I can't remember how. Whoops.
I can't remember how long I've been here. Has it been a day? Or a century?
So it's just a matter of keep moving.
done.
Yup. Yup. See, this is the kind of feel for one of the kingdoms in the world that we're building for Dungeons and Dragons. I just gotta figure out where to find it. There's another one of these things. Just need to make sure that there's nothing else over here. Okay, so that's all set. That took care of that bit. What's this over here? There's Arvac. And he's just wandering. Look at that horse. That horse is amazing. I wonder if the name is Arvac because of Artax. Anybody know what I'm referencing? That is still one of the harshest scenes I've ever seen in a film. From an emotional standpoint. Okay, nothing here. Is that a... What in the world? What an absolute trip.
Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
This should be
I
interesting.
must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
Absolutely.
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
I really don't care about you, Valerica.
I find your choice of words quite interesting, considering that Serana is in far more danger now than she was following my foolish plan. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy.
And she
I would have
did.
expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow.
Yeah.
The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor.
Huh.
She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him?
I'm a vampire hunter. It's my
If you
job.
believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil
Actually,
creatures that need to be destroyed.
no, that's not my opinion at all.
Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly.
Yup.
Both of you were obsessed with your own paths.
And they were both
Your
wrong.
motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you too. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely
I
secure.
mean, honestly speaking, as long as they leave me and my adopted family alone, I don't really care what they do.
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
So I've got one down.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him.
Okay. I figured
The
I'd keep
Ideal
exploring a
Masters have
bit.
charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void.
So I can come
you
back.
should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
Might have been better to,
The Ideal Masters unleashed their Keepers, and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes.
Aha.
Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters.
When you live that long, time really
I
doesn't mean a
suppose
whole
you could
lot,
call
does it?
this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. I know very little. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that.
Probably.
I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority
Now I just
of
gotta find those
necromancers
books.
that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind
Yup.
if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal.
And when you're outnumbered,
The order of the day would be our destruction.
even those viewed
until
as
every last vampire was
beneath
hunted down
you
and
can
eliminated.
overwhelm you.
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
Okay. So now we've got some other things to deal with here. Can these things be destroyed?
Stay away from the Oblivion Gate, I told them. A soul gem. Is there no end to this nightmare?
I mean, I'm assuming those wraiths are not an issue for, well, me. That's the closest. Yeah, that's the closest. Wait, then that means... Yeah. Well, I prefer taking my time, especially if it's something I haven't really taken the time to explore before. I'm seeing something here.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Me, this is more...
That'll teach you.
the kind of,
Where'd you come from?
kind of reminds me of, Stephen King's Dark Tower, as far as the, whoops. As far as the appearance of the place. There we go.
Who's there?
Really? This just brought me back here? Okay. Dragon bow? Okay. Okay. Yeah, after I shot him, I didn't see it. Was it still there? I mean, I didn't even see, like, a chest or anything around this area. mean, I had seen he had one, I just didn't see it drop. And I don't see his body anywhere. Ow. Yeah, I don't want to jump off of there. So, he may have had one, but they're apparently not letting me get it. So I am not seeing it on the steps. The other Bone Man had all, or not Bone Man, the other keeper had the same thing had happened. And I have no problem whatsoever just following these outer walls. Hey, I got another. Okay, there's the Conjure Mist Man.
Where'd you come from? Stay back. That'll teach you.
Hallowed Orcish Battle
Who's
Axe.
there? I knew I heard something.
Okay, apparently not all of them want to talk. I'm okay with that.
I knew I heard something.
So all that would have done would have been
Things and get back to the prison.
I'm guessing that that other thing would have just been a rapid jump up the... Weird. 'Cause if it's just a straight hop back up to the top, then kind of pointless for that. But we will continue kind of scooching along here as best we can. Because you never know what you might find. After all, we did find the that book there.
Where'd you come from?
Well, I found Arvak's skull. Well, that was interesting. That gets us the really cool horse. If I remember correctly, Arvat can then be, once you return him, Arvat can then be collected.
Arvak!
Then you can summon him whenever you need to.
His soul is free, I can feel it. He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier.
I'll take him with us.
Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me.
Yay!
Such a good horse.
So that took care of that. Even King's Dark Tower had standing stones like this. One of my favorite book series, in fact. Does it not reset?
Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? I don't even remember what shout I have set. Stay back. That'll teach you.
Another one. Well, plenty of weight left. Let's see, we still have at least one more spell tome to find. Okay. Yeah, I should probably unlock that one anyway, since I haven't. Quite learned that one yet. Okay. Oh yeah. That worked out rather nicely. Even if I do say so myself. Check that here in a minute. Reaper's Lair? Well, this can't be good. Ah, so we don't have all the stuff for it yet. I'm sure it'll bring us back here eventually. I'm going to assume that means that the book I'm looking for isn't in here. However, before we actually get to this next section real quick, I'm going to need to take a very short break. The Reaper stuff, is that what you hadn't found?
There's no escape.
Okay. Before we really get into this next bit and anything starts coming after us, I'm going to take a quick break real quick. Ah, okay. Good to know. I will be right back, so please bear with us, and see you in a little bit. Bye for a few minutes, just a few. We'll see you in a few. welcome back, folks. That's not what I'd intended to do. We're going to still sit here and try and figure out what we can, but first, there's the other one.
Who's there?
Looks like I found it on accident. There you are. There we go. Whoops. Where? Really? Where'd he go? Just, oh, there he is. That worked out really well. That's for a Mist Man and a Wrath Man. Is there one for just a Bone Man?
Where'd you come from?
Whoa, where'd you come from? Probably his parents. There's got to be more to it than that. Or more to the location, at least. In there. Good night, Brian. Sleep well. Pleasant dreams. Hope tomorrow goes well for you. Okay, I've been just about everywhere, I think. I'm still collecting these soul husks. I know I'll certainly do my best. Probably not going to be running for too much longer as it is late. Not going to bed yet, so no worries on that just yet. And of course, there's still that one guy who wanted to make a deal for the soul husks. Have I been here already? Oh, I have. Heh. This is right where I wanted to go, too.
Brought some soul husk? Sure, got plenty. What am I gonna do with it? Sure, here you go. Can't understand a word of it. Maybe it will do you some good. I might just be a soul now, but I'm still not going to give my stuff away. Bring me at least 25 husks, and then we'll talk.
Do I not have?
I might just be a soul now, but I'm
Apparently
still
I don't
not
have
going
it.
to give my stuff away. Bring me at least.
No, that's not right.
And then we'll talk.
What I need is conjure. Summon Arvak. There we go. Whee! There we go.
Who's there?
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Don't need the paper.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
I don't know if this will work, but it's interesting at least.
I hear something.
He's here. Defend yourselves.
Who's there?
Where'd you come from?
I'm out of arrows. Really? Took care of that. Oh, I don't even get to search them? That's not fair.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Durneville allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken.
Clearly.
Unless the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide.
Okay.
It's possible that
have a good night.
has merely displaced Durnevir's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years, I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way.
Yay.
She's leading us to the scroll.
Now we grab all the books we can.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Okay, that covers most of this stuff.
I can't believe we found the mine. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
I have no choice. As I told you before,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a daughter of Cole. If I return to Tamriel,
Yeah, I'm a little
that increases Harkon's likelihood of
loopy
bringing
due to
too many of the
time
Summoned
of day. It is almost 3 in the morning. Though
As much as it pains me to send you and
not quite
Serana
done
back
yet.
alone,
Good
I
point.
can't
I will
take
definitely
risks.
save it.
Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe.
Of course.
She's the only thing of value.
We gotta keep her safe because she's Laura Bailey. See? Now, I haven't taken care of that Reaper, But I'm not sure where to find the thing in order to call him from his lair either. So, I guess we'll have to come back for that one. That dragon didn't come back, did it? Again, just making sure that I've grabbed everything worth grabbing here before we actually leave. Still not seeing any dragon, well, anything really, at least not yet, in terms of gear. There's that one.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin.
Ooh.
Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death.
I wonder who does a voice for him.
I believe in civility among seasoned warriors. And I find your ear worthy of my words.
Honor.
My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle.
Nice.
I therefore name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
Cool. That's always cool.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
Okay.
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there.
So he wants me to bring him
I
back
fear
out?
that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum.
Cool.
Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply
Cool.
speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art
Aha.
that you call necromancy.
So he's a zombie dragon.
The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers
Draco
would
Lich?
be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor.
Yeah, I'm glad
and
it missed.
no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free.
I'm gonna have to look up his voice after this
I
because,
have
wow.
been here too long, Quinarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call. In my language, the Quinarin is the
Okay.
vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. You are the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but
Cool.
you have earned the
That's
right
always
to
cool to
bear
hear.
this title.
I am honored. Gonna grab a bit of a screenshot of that. Let's see. I don't recall how far out this way we had gone. Oh wait, we did kind of circle around all of that, didn't we?
Where'd you come from?
Awesome.
Done and done.
Why is he chasing that thing? Why am I doing that?
I knew I heard something. Done and done.
Now, on the other hand, over on this side, I haven't explored as much. that made
Where'd
it
you come
easy.
Done and done.
Well, that was that. Did I lose Arvac? Looks like I did. So, definitely a good thing to have these spots to run to. Because now we can actually take a look at some things. Well, actually, we had taken a break for a few hours and come back to it. We've been running for about 2.5 hours. There had been a bit of a technical issue, which had kind of messed things up for us a little bit. But yeah, we are back. It is, it's almost 3 a.m. here, actually. 3 a.m. Tuesday morning.
I can't remember how long I've been here. Has it been a day or a century?
Currently, we are in the Soul Cairn and just kind of exploring. We've gotten everything done here that really needed to be done.
That's the last time I argue with a Dromora.
Shouldn't have argued with a Dromora in the first place. What are you, nuts? What are you, new? Yeah, this is very,
Is there no end, Mayor?
I'm not seeing any further pages by Jube. At least not that I can tell. We do have some interesting new spells that I didn't even know were available. So thank you for that, Patricia. That kind of information is always interesting. At least to me. Also, if folks have not heard of it yet, I know I brought it up at least once on one of these streams, but if you happen to enjoy Star Trek and you happen to have noticed that, at least as far as on-screen goes, Spock and Q never once met on any of the series. And when that happened...
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Where'd you come from?
Well, that was easy. despite the fact that they had not actually worked together, at least not on screen, Spock and Q, or at least Leonard Nimoy and John Delancey, who played Q, ended up getting together and writing a play where Spock and Q finally meet each other for the first time. And it is an absolute trip. Yep, this is the Nightingale blade to go with the Nightingale bow, which we do have both of course. And I'm hearing Bone Men or something. Yeah, this is all part of the Nightingale armor from the Thieves Guild. Which is my personal favorite, at least as far as the aesthetic of it goes.
No one ever escapes. There is no escape. Why would you even try?
There's no escape? Okay, then I'll just walk up the stairs and walk out. Does that work for y'all? I mean, I'm sure I probably could have headed out that way and explored back there a little bit more, but we've actually done quite a bit tonight so far. We picked up the 2 spell books that are in there. As far as I know, that's all of them. We got Arvak's skull, which allows us to we'll do that one next. While I'm here, gotta take all the books for Caleb. Not the burned ones and destroyed ones, just the actual ones. Yeah, I usually end up, once I found out about the Nightingale armor, I had to get it as quickly as possible. I haven't done... There's a lot that has yet to be done. Lots of dwarven ruins still left to explore. I mean, we're still pretty much just getting started. Nope, this way. Wait, no, I don't need to go that way, because I can go up this way, out to the balcony, bypass any kind of threats that might be waiting, and just fast travel. Yeah, I'm not jumping off of that, because that would just be stupid, but figured I'd at least take a look and see what's down there. Let's see. Which takes us to the College of Winterhold, where we have to talk to that one guy anyway. So, yay! Yeah, there's lots left to do here. On pretty much everything. which is why I like the more of, I mean, it's not exactly, it's not exactly what you'd call open sandbox, because it does have a very specific storyline that you have to go through and things like that.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concern. What? Preposterous.
Yep.
And just the sort of thing I would expect from mages who have nothing better to do with their time. I have made it quite clear that my only role here is as an advisor to the Archmage. I would suggest that you not further spread this rumor.
I wasn't spreading the rumor. I was just letting you know what people were saying. Oh, I thought I was supposed to talk to the other guy instead. I mean, I still have to go talk to him, and I will. Apparently, I still have to go down and talk to him. If you enchant something and then you get the double enchantment perk, can you add another enchantment, or is it just both have to be added simultaneously?
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am
I'm just
in charge.
curious.
It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs.
Okay.
Now, do you require assistance?
Mm-hmm. Okay, first...
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security.
Okay, so you couldn't add a second enchantment once you get the double enchantment perk. You'd actually have to get a new item and put both enchantments on it at that point, right?
Of course. I'll bring everything we have, so don't get your hopes up. It's mostly
So I've already got 2 Elder Scrolls with me.
As a matter of immensely powerful mage, back in the first, he holed himself up in Labyrinthian and devoted all his time to research. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful.
It's the main reason I haven't improved or enchanted my...
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore.
That does happen to happen. People seeing a game and being like, "Ooh, I haven't played that in so long. Now I want to go play it."
Join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. Let's just call it a different... They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave. He was an apprentice here at the college. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. I suppose as a way to appreciate himself.
I mean, there are times when I'm really in the mood for Borderlands, and then others where it's just...
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books.
Depends on how I'm feeling and how much interaction I think there might be for a stream.
Well, all right. Here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just... Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
I did enjoy the previous run on Borderlands, but
that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them.
I ended up getting a bit of a headache through through dealing with Mad Mel and all of that.
Please
Actually,
make sure your hands are clean before touching anything, all right?
Pretty sure I have most of those. Okay.
All right, then.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthol, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I know full well that you have. Please. Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns. Something was discovered in Sarthol that was significant enough that Tolfdir sent a new member of the college alone. That sounds precisely like the sort of... Thank you for your help. You may go now.
I don't trust him. But I've got good reason not to trust him. Yeah, as far as Borderlands, well, at least as far as Borderlands goes, I had gotten Borderlands 1 and all the DLCs, and then Borderlands 2. Why is this running me around in circles here? Now I gotta go talk to him again?
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Of course mages need to be reminded to be careful around research material. A mage is only as good as what he knows. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
Wait. I already asked him about the Elder Scrolls stuff.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. And what do you plan to do with it? I knew it. An Elder Scroll. To read an Elder Scroll. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures.
I have not tried Rage.
Each reader, but at the same time, all of it is true.
Granted, we're also extremely limited on what we have available due to rather tight finances currently.
With us, but also beyond and beneath.
Like insanely tight finances currently.
Bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them, you think that even if it would be kept under the highest security, the greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. I don't know who told you that, but I'll do. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. All right, then.
So, let's see. Well, actually, currently we are cleaning the apartment for room and board, which is not easy, especially when you're trying to get a business started. Yeah. Currently, me personally, I'm quite a bit in debt, and
Why are my research materials constantly
this company of ours is the only thing I've got going for me in order to be able to change any of that, which is frustrating and stressful, and well, it's rough, but I'm not the type to give up on doing what I can to try and make things better for not just me, but for the whole family as best I can. Okay, let's see. What time is it? Ooh, it's getting late. Okay. First and foremost, what I want to do is does that give us anything? No, not really. Luckily, we do have enough to be able to get us by for the most part, but it does take its toll. Mostly in terms of aggravation more than anything else. Go, Arvak. I wish I even had something like that I could fall back on, but currently, all of our savings, all of our everything currently has been entirely gone into getting this business set up, and oh wow.
That's the last.
Nice. That worked out better than I expected. Unfortunately, we're even still behind on some of the resources we still need for finishing up the setting guide. Luckily, we have some other things to kind of help with some of it. And we're just kind of doing our best to get moving ahead on things as much as possible.
Smell that fresh air? Truly, this is a... Why, to perform for my common man, of course. Why should only the best tales are those of adventure?
Okay.
Who could truly write such a tale for a generous fellow traveler? But of course, only true Imperials request that one.
Let's get indoors. Or
Ah, well that tells me something.
We pray to our youth, whose days come and gone, for the age of aggression.
So I just kind of leave him back there. Wow. That went quick. Hey. Darn goat. That's what it gets for running away. I just wanted the horns anyway. Whoa. Huh. Yup, I completely understand that too. I mean, it's kind of the reason why we do this. Granted, for us, it's designing games rather than driving, but it's still working for ourselves and making the decisions that affect our lives a bit more directly, rather than allowing somebody else the chance to didn't mean to take the robes, but oh well. I'll take that stuff. I mean, I did used to deliver pizzas, and I mean, I've worked quite a few places, but unfortunately my disabilities have prevented quite a few options for me lately, unfortunately. Yeah, trust me, I understand that part real well. After my dad died when I was 8, I usually would end up having to argue with my relatives over how I was allowed to spend my own money. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you for double checking on that. That definitely saved me from wasting any soul gems, at least until I can get about 3 more of those enhanced crossbows, because then I can get the 6 enchantments thrown together like that. That's the fastest I have ever taken down a saber cat. Holy crap. Well, especially nowadays, the way some of Skyrim tends to be, especially when you're at the right levels. Then here's me just randomly sprinting around Skyrim for no real reason. Not even sure where I am at the moment. Just kind of checking things out, seeing what I run into, and doing so with a blade rather than a bow for a change. Wow. That is impressive. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, wow. Okay, it's almost 3:30 in the morning here. Yeah. Well, with ours, it's it means a lot of writing. Since it's not any kind of since it's not a digital gaming platform, it means that a lot of it is converting information into a particular rule set, and I'm rather new to the rule set, so I'm trying to learn it as I'm writing it, which is not easy. I mean, we've got a bunch of things that we're working on little by little as funding comes in. I mean, we do have a little bit of help, and we do have our various things that we have out there in order to try and assist with that. And hopefully the streaming will end up getting to a point where we'll get a little extra oomph out of it. If we can get our numbers high enough over on Twitch, then that will help kind of cover some of the costs for some of these items that we have coming up. It's more about the amount of time than anything else. I'm not worried about us. Yeah, that's actually how I've been doing a lot of our terrain and such lately, due to the terrain being prototype versions. I mean, we still have a ways to go before things are safe enough for us to be able to take some bigger risks on some of it. But currently, luckily, the stuff that we're working on currently doesn't cost anything for us to put together and put out. It's more of a time chunk that gets taken out of it. And I'm willing to put in the time, and I'm willing to deal with the stresses that come with it as well. Especially due to, with my reading and writing issues, it does slow down production. But luckily, that type of writing is very much crap. Give me a moment. I hate when this happens. My brain derails and then completely falls off track. despite the reading and writing issues, writing for Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of rule set actually makes things a lot easier because of the fact that all of that tends to be written in piecemeal anyway. So it kind of ends up saving a lot of the issues that I have, the headaches and the migraines that come from the work. A lot of that gets pushed back and lessened just due to the fact of not having to spend as much time. I don't have to worry quite so much about a coherent story because the story comes from the gameplay rather than in the book itself. And that has saved quite a bit of my brain. It's just trying to make stuff that the people haven't seen before, because that's what my world kind of requires in some cases. That's where the problems arise, because it means having to sit down and do a lot of extra reading and that kind of thing. Anyway, it is almost 3:30 in the morning, so I'm definitely going to need to get some sleep so I can try and get some more stuff done tomorrow, both before and after our normal stream. Miss Adika, I believe, should be taking over again. It will likely be a 4 to 7 run with Hearthstone, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Depends on how she's feeling. Otherwise, we will likely be back here with either some Borderlands or Skyrim. Let's do that. It's a little easier. But yeah, I mean, life is kind of a struggle for everybody right now, regardless of how things may be going, because whether it's financially or mentally, socially, politically, I mean, there's so many issues that are going on in the world right now that seems to just be driving stress up. We just want to try and help people find a way to relieve some of that in a healthy way so that maybe people rely on each other a bit more, and that even that little encouragement from folks is a huge, huge help. And I just want to thank those who do step in and watch for every little message, because it means a lot more than you may realize. Kind of proves my whole point of this community support and community strength being the kind of thing that helps get people through the day, even when things are being particularly difficult. So thank you again, folks, and until tomorrow, don't forget cooperation, competition, community, kinds of things we all need just to get through the day sometimes. So until tomorrow, where we hope to see everyone again, I guess I'll say bye for now. Thank you all for joining us. Please give us a follow on twitch.tv/awolvesdengames. Long days and pleasant nights. Jate ka nade, or good night everyone.